Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been so excited to film a review for these bags, but every time I filmed it, they've made some sort of change where then I have to refilm it. And also it's been sold out. Now I can finally put this review out because it's back in stock and I filmed all the changes. I have an incredible carry-on to review today. 2 sizes of it, in fact. Which means you're not only getting a review, but a comparison. And the funny thing is, I've already used both of these bags on international trips, which means not only are you getting the review and the comparison, but you're also getting an update as to what the bags look like after traveling. I present to you Air Luggage. This is the carry-on, and this is the carry-on Max. And when I mentioned the fact that they had changes, one of the things that was changed in the last 6 months were the name of the bags. And that's why I felt like I really had to redo this review. This used to be called the small carry-on, and now it's just called the carry-on. And this used to be called the carry-on, now it's called the carry-on Max. And really I like those names better because this one is going to be your typical size that's going to be allowed for most flights. This one is the international size, the 45 linear inches. This one is the bigger one that may not be allowed all the time. Now you may be thinking, Lauren, that bag looks familiar. You put that in your top 10 luggage of 2024 video and it ranked really high. You are correct. I featured this exact carry-on bag in that video and it did rank really, really high. And I'm not gonna spoil what place it got, just go watch it. So today in this review, you will get a size comparison of both bags, a tour of the exterior, a tour of the interior, and then I'm going to pack both of them so that you can really see the difference in what they hold. And you guys, there's so many incredible features on this bag. Features that most other bags of mine don't have. I'm so excited to show them to you. I have a lot to show you, so let's just get started. So Air is a company based out of San Francisco, and they're really, really proud of the travel items that they create. They want their products to be durable, smart, and minimal because they really believe that you shouldn't only enjoy the trip you're on, but also the journey to get there. And I agree. I actually have a few of their backpacks too. One of them we used on our trip to Ireland when we used the carry-on, and one of them also Brian has used on a trip and now my son uses as a school backpack, and they kind of fight over it sometimes. So when I first received these bags well over 6 months ago, this size here only came in black. And I was a little bit disappointed because I knew that this would be the bag I would use the most because of the sizing. So here we are with black luggage. But I am happy to report that the carry-on now comes in 4 different colors. And then the carry-on Max actually comes in 5 colors. And coincidentally, the only color that the Max comes in that the carry-on doesn't is the pale mauve color that I already have. If I would have had the choice back then, I probably would have gotten the carry-on in orange because that's such a rockin' color. I love it. Now, when we talk about size, the carry-on is just under 22 inches with, of course, the wheels and the handles. It's also 14 inches wide and 9 inches deep. It weighs 8.2 pounds and it holds 41 liters. The carry-on Max is 1 inch taller, 1 inch wider, but the depth is the same. It's barely any heavier, weighing in at 8.4 pounds. That's only 0.2 pounds difference, and it holds 48 liters. Let's look at them side by side. Here is your height difference. Here is your width difference. And like I said, the depth is the same. So let's begin our tour. And I do have to say that both bags are exactly the same except for that size and the colors that they come in. So because it's a little bit prettier and I don't just want black luggage, I am going to use the carry-on Max in pale mauve as my beautiful model here. The exterior is a very smooth, ultra durable macrolon polycarbonate. And it does have a really nice rounded edge all the way around. There's not a total 90-degree angle. It's all rounded. The logo is right here in front, very, very subtle, monochromatic. You can barely see it. You'll have both a side handle here and a top handle here, and you do see the Air logo on there as well. And the handles have these integrated attachment points. The trolley handle has a button on top and has 4 different height settings. And it's made of a high-grade aluminum, and it's designed with a triangular trolley system, which was made for optimal stability and mobility. Now, under the handle is, get this, a wheel brake. Yeah. The world's first brake system on luggage. How many times have you guys been traveling and your luggage started wheeling away on its own? Or I know I've been stuck in a line before that's on a little bit of an incline or decline, and I can't let go of my luggage at all. I have to hold on to it. Well, with this bag, you won't have to. You can just switch that wheel brake on and off, and then it's stuck. It's a horrible sound. I'm not going to do it again. It's actually really funny. I was traveling with my son and I was using this bag, and I told him about the wheel brake and where it was. And we were in line for something at the airport, and he switched it on without me knowing. And then I went to go wheel away and I couldn't. And he had a good laugh, and I was embarrassed but had a good laugh as well. So I guess the wheel brake, you could be a trickster. But you can see what happens with the wheels when I turn it on. Right now it's off. I switch it on. Boop. And now it's got a brake. Speaking of wheels, they are Hinomoto ball bearing wheels, which are the absolute best gold standard of wheels to put on luggage. We have the TSA lock, of course, here on the side. Press it. There go your zippers. And speaking of zippers, these zippers are puncture resistant. If you guys have seen any of those viral videos of somebody taking a pen to a zipper on a bag and opening it up, guess what? With the Air luggage, you can't do that. I have tried multiple times to get into this luggage with a pen, and you cannot. But every other bag I've reviewed on this channel, you can. And the secret is not really a secret, but it is a double layered YKK RCW zipper, which is 3 times stronger than normal zippers. And it has a gapless slider design. I mean, between the wheel brake and the puncture resistant zippers, this bag is a winner so far, and you haven't even seen the inside yet. So let's use that zipper and check out the inside. You guessed it, compression. So let's go ahead and start with this side. So you do have this whole side contained with a zipper, which is a great place to put your loose items, of course. So you do have one large zippered mesh pocket right here. And then you do have another smaller pocket here that's just about this big. But then there's a secret pocket inside that pocket, and it's right here. And it's designed for you to be able to put your AirTag in. But here is all the packing space. And by the way, you guys, this is a recycled Cordura nylon, which is a really great material to have inside of your bag. And then let's move on to this side, which is my favorite side. And you can see that there is, of course, a compression pad and compression straps. And it is a Y-strap configuration, and the buckle is really unique. This is a magnetic fidlock fastener, and what's really cool about it that I like is that it's really ergonomic for your hands. So all you're going to do to open it, you just actually slide it, and there's a magnet. That's it. It's so simple. And I love when bags have these really strong compression straps. You will see some really flimsy ones in other bags that get the job done, but this one is really, really strong. And of course, this is a compression pad. It does have one big zippered mesh pocket here if you want to put anything flat in there. And on the back, it's just the plain lining. And then of course, this is your packing space. Underneath the lining, of course, you're always gonna have the space for the telescopic handles, but that wheel brake system is right here, and it does take up a little bit of extra space as well. It's not really taking away a ton of packing space unless you're the type of person that utilizes the space between the handles. And don't worry, because right now I'm going to pack it and give you an example anyway. Okay, so let's start by packing the carry-on, which is again the smaller size, and then we will take all of the stuff and put it into the carry-on max. And then that way we can see the big difference. How much more space is the carry-on max going to have versus the carry-on? So let's start with the compression side. I'm going to again slide that buckle out. Oh, I love that. And let's move the compression pad out of the way. Now, this is the side that I like to put my packing cubes on simply because of the compression pad, but also because it has the grooves from the handles. I also like to put some items in there just for strategic packing. And the two items that are my favorite to put in there is a travel umbrella and my flat iron to curl my hair the way I curled it today. But again, I'm not really going to put a lot here, but you do have some wires down here too. And I don't want any potential overpacking to ruin my wheel brakes. We're just going to leave it alone. So these are two packing cubes from Air. You of course have the larger one and the smaller one. I do have them in black because that's all they came in, but now they come in 4 different colors. So this is actually a compression bag, which you guys know I'm usually not a huge fan of, but these ones have been really nice. I've been able to pack a lot in it and it doesn't create a wonky shape. So we always put the bigger one at the bottom and then the smaller one we will put at the top. You can see that we have the space where the travel umbrella was. You could always slide it down and have even deeper space there if you wanted to. In fact, let me put my sunglasses here. Let's go ahead and use this compression. So let's slide that buckle in and I'm gonna just pull that compression. So let's move on to this side. And even though it does have these great pockets, you know, we've got the big one here and the smaller one here, we're just gonna ignore them for now. So on this side, this is where I'm going to put loose items. So I'm going to start with a pair of women's size 11 shoes. This is the Travel Kit 2 from Air. This is what I'm going to use as my toiletry bag for this trip. Put that there. I have my GoPro case. This is a purse and I'm actually packing it empty, which I do like to do because I like to use my purse as soon as I arrive somewhere. But of course, if you wanted to, you could pack items inside of it. And then we'll go ahead and we'll throw a book in there and we can throw a hat in there. So you can see that I have a little bit of extra space right here. And I do like to leave extra space in my luggage when I go on a trip, and I advise you to do the same. Let's zip that up. Make sure we can close it. Yep, we're good. Now let's go ahead and transfer everything from the carry-on into the carry-on max and see just how much more space we'll actually have. By the way, if you guys ever do want to see a real example of packing the bag that I just used, I will link the video where I packed that bag for Brian to use down below. I did use this bag on a trip where I didn't do a packing video. I ended up using this bag primarily because it was a scuba diving trip and I needed to pack my fins in there. And my fins would not fit in a regular size carry-on. I needed a larger size carry-on. And it was going to the Bahamas on Delta, which is a US-based airline. So they did accept it and it was totally fine. I will show you a picture of how I packed. I'll put it right here. And you can see that I have the fins on one side and packing cubes on the other side. And I did have items packed in and around my fins too. It's just not pictured here. Time to pack the max. So let's place everything exactly how we did. The umbrella here, the flat iron here, larger packing cube on the bottom, smaller packing cube on the top. Wow, look at all of that extra space right here that we have. That is a lot more space. We'll put the sunglasses right here as we did. It makes me wonder if I could fit maybe my flat iron there so that I don't have to actually put it in between the handles. Let's see if that makes it any better. Of course, too, it could just be more space for souvenirs you're gonna buy. Definitely more space. Moving on to this side. I'm very curious to see how the packing Tetris goes. It's always amazing to see the size difference. The size 11 shoes, then of course the Air Travel Kit 2. We've got the GoPro, the purse, the book, and the hat. We still have all of this space here, just a little bit bigger, and then we have still more space here in between those wheels. There's definitely a difference, and it's definitely easier to pack this version, but I still think the normal carry-on size is very impressive to pack. Close it. So in my opinion, if you're going to get one of these bags, you should definitely get the regular carry-on size, because any dream trip you're ever going to go on, Asia or Africa or Europe or Australia, you will probably have to use the smaller version. And I want to show you guys what these bags look like after being traveled with. This bag went from Detroit to Iceland to Ireland, back to Iceland, and then back to Detroit, carried on, of course. And it does have some scratches and scuffs, and I'm definitely convinced that a black polycarbonate bag, you would think it wouldn't show scuffs as much because it's dark, but the scuffs here are showing up white, and I haven't been able to buff them out. So you have a couple here and a couple here. Other than that, the bag really has been great, but that is something with a black bag that I think you're going to notice a little bit more than with a lighter color bag. And I'm going to show that to you now, because I also traveled with this one recently. I went from Detroit to Atlanta to Nassau, Bahamas, and then Bahamas back through Atlanta and back to Detroit as a carry-on, of course. So this bag, being the pale mauve color, it really doesn't have many scuff marks on it at all. You have one little scuff mark right here that I wasn't able to buff out, but nothing else. It did have some scuffs, but I buffed it out with a magic eraser. This is definitely in better condition than the black one, and it didn't take any additional beating whatsoever. The only other thing that I can think of is that the black one did have to go into a couple of buses, into the bottom of the bus where the luggage goes, but that's about it. All right, so what do you guys think? I am very impressed with these bags. Again, that is why I ranked the carry-on so high on my top carry-ons of 2024 list. You really can't go wrong with this bag, between the wheel brake and the extra security with the very, very durable, not being able to break through with the pen kind of zippers, and I mean the compression. And now that the smaller one does come in more colors than just black, it is probably going to rank even higher, because I did mark it down a couple of points in that tournament because it only came in black. If you guys are interested in these bags, there is a link down below in the description. I have also linked the top bags of 2024 video in there so that you can see how the Air ranked, and I will link the packing video where I did pack this bag for Brian when we went on our European vacation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're subscribed to the channel and follow us on Instagram for even more luggage reviews, travel help, and travel vlogs. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!